Hello everyone, I'm Siler
And I'm Pezzy Pops, and welcome to the Brew Cave, where you come for the brews
and stay for the games.
Here at the Brew Cave, we are big fans of craft beer and video games.
However, there's a tremendous amount of different beers out there with a wide variety of tastes, some of which could be difficult to notice or sometimes identify.
And that's where we come in. We will talk about what to look for when searching for different kinds of brews, as well as give our reviews on it.
However, we chill all of our beers before we pour them, and a good brew will change flavor as it gets warmer.
So, instead of just sitting here staring at each other, we will be playing some video games to pass the time.
Please keep in mind, though, that everyone has their own preferences when it comes to taste. Our reviews are based on our experiences while having that particular brew.
And we encourage anyone to try any of the beers that we showcase, as well as play any of the games that we play.
But before we get started, we do ask that you please drink responsibly and do not drink and drive.
Don't even do it.
It's bad.
So, without further ado, let's crack open tonight's brew.
Alright, tonight's brew is the Shake Chocolate Porter. It is a porter out of Boulder Beer Company in Boulder, Colorado. Has an ABV rating of about 5.9%.
Say more, Marcus.
Looks wonderful watching you pour that right now. I'm more just in heaven. Now, while you're experiencing a brew, there are a couple aspects of it that you'll want to keep an eye away for. That is just a beautiful pour. You've got me stunned right now.
Oh, thank you.
Those would be, you want to look for the aroma, the color, how it tastes, sort of its body, and the sensation that it leaves as well. The aroma, very simple to notice right away. You can see that as soon as you crack open that beer. It's what it smells like. As you pour it, like Pezzy Pops has for me as well, you can get a good whiff to see what it has to offer.
I get a whole lot of chocolate right off the bat.
Right away, lots and lots of chocolate out of this brew. Next, you'll want to look at the color. Now, obviously, that's your sense of sight right there. What does this look like to you? Right away, we're seeing the Shake Chocolate Porter looks kind of brown, even underneath this light. Very, very chocolatey, almost like a chocolate milkshake.
Hence the name.
Next up will be your taste. Obviously, we're getting our taste buds involved. We're starting to sample this beer and see what it all tastes like. While you're having your taste, that's where the next aspect is going to come in. That is your body. How does that body feel in your mouth? Is it very thin? Yes.
My body feels great in my mouth.
Fantastic. Is it very thin? Is it like drinking water? Or is it rather thick like drinking a milkshake? Next up will be the sensation. What does that do to your mouth? Is it kind of tingly? What do you experience afterwards? So let's see what this brew has to offer us and you at home.
Take what you can.
Give nothing back.
Sip, sip, sip. Something I want to point out to you guys as well. Something I like to call the rule of three. It's typically very well known, but basically what it is in order to give a proper judgment call of a beer, you want to give it at least 3 sips. Okay? 3 times the charm.
Why would we want to have 3 sips? What will those 3 sips do for us?
Well, here's what they'll do for you, Siler. What it's going to do is basically give you, that first sip is going to just kind of cleanse your palate a little bit, get rid of all the flavors that's going on in your mouth currently. Then the second flavor, okay, is going to get your mouth to know what it's really getting into in terms of the beer. And that third and final sip is going to be your proper judgment call. That way you have all the flavors in your mouth that are present, so you can give a good call on whether you actually like it or not.
So there's nothing else then that's tainting your taste of the beer. So right now we've had one. Let's have our second and then our third.
Sip, sip, sip. By that point, your mouth knows what it's getting into.
Well, it's certainly getting into something wonderful so far. I'm really liking what we're getting. So far, I'm getting lots and lots of chocolate, much like we got in that aroma as well. Let's give it that third one and see what we have.
Third time's a charm, guys, when sipping a beer. Believe me, it works.
Absolutely fantastic. We had a little something before we started this, and all of a sudden now, this porter is now very well established in our palate. So I don't know about you, like we said, we kind of got that chocolate in that aroma. We got the chocolate in the taste as well. Body-wise, it very much just kind of tastes like a chocolate milkshake that's been melted down.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So
it's almost like a McDonald's chocolate shake.
Yeah, very, very delicious, and sensation-wise so far, it's really kind of crisp. Nothing really makes my tongue tingle. It's just chocolate, 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 and that still resides there after you've taken that sip.
So, with that being said, what would you give this brew in terms of rating? We rate on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, so what would you give the initial rating right now?
Right now, I'm going to give it about a 7.5.
7.5.
It's very high for the time being. I really like a lot of the chocolate, and I'm a big fan of those kind of heavier beers, the porters, the stouts. And this kind of reminds me a lot of a stout, just a little thinner. But I want to see what happens when it warms up. I'm curious to see, is the chocolate still going to stay there, or is it going to kind of diminish?
We'll see if the chocolate mellows out, because that's typically all you can really get in this beer as of right now. If you've had it before, you know what we're talking about. If you hadn't, definitely pick it up. It's really, really great. But you guys will know right away that you're going to get yourselves into just a big old chocolate mess.
So what would you rate it right away? You've heard my ratings. What would you say?
Oh man, you know what? I honestly would have to give this maybe like a 7.3.
Again, rather high up there.
Yes, it is, but I really am particular about chocolate, and I enjoy it a lot. And this one, you know, it's full with taste. I appreciate that more than anything in a beer.
It's a nice dark chocolate almost as well.
Do you taste that? I taste milk chocolate.
Some sort of chocolate. We'll see what happens. That might come a little more predominant as it warms up. Speaking of warming up, while we wait for this beer to warm up, we're going to go step over and start a game ongoing. Why don't you guys come join us while we wait for this to warm up?
Hell yeah.
Alright everyone, welcome to XCOM Enemy Unknown for the time while we're waiting for our Shake Chocolate Porter to warm up.
What's up? It's Pezzy Pops.
And Siler Clone, and let's get started with this gameplay. We're going to start off with just a single player campaign. For those of you that have not played this game before,
like myself,
it is a turn-based strategy game where you are in charge of an extraterrestrial
combat unit
where aliens are taking over the world, and we are in charge of this unit to make sure those threats stay neutralized.
Some heavy shit, yo.
It's going to be crazy. I'm looking forward to this. This game is
Two
quite
possibilities exist. Either we are alone in the universe, or we are not.
Both are equally terrifying.
Like my penis.
Arthur C. Clarke.
My penis is not terrifying.
It's hilarious.
I know women who would say otherwise. Anyway.
Neither penis nor there. I mean... How dumb do you have to be if... This is definitely like a horde mode engaged sort of thing. You know, foreign object falls in the middle of... Let's just say it's New York City, because bad things always happen to New York. You know, bad guys...
dude, we live in Chicago.
Right, where the fear is of just Cook County itself, rather than alien
Can't tell you how many
forces.
times I go out my door and I just feel like I'm just gonna get shot.
Yeah, I'm afraid to walk alone in downtown the city. We're out in the suburbs of the Chicagoland area, and it's definitely not as scary out here, but...
It's still pretty thug. I mean, we're here, so we're thugging up these neighborhoods.
Well, sure. We'll go with sure.
We thugging. I like to crouch and look over my shoulder.
We didn't choose the thug life. The thug life chose us.
Hello,
Hi.
Commander. In light of the recent extraterrestrial
No,
incursion,
this is Morgan Freeman.
the Council of Nations has convened to approve the
He looks like a
the XCOM project.
hitman.
Yeah, almost got the bald head and everything. He could almost be a Lex Luthor sort of bad guy.
Oversee our first and last live
I want to look up who the developers were for this, because it looks very...
considerable influence.
Yeah, I don't
Familiar.
remember off the top of my head, unfortunately.
We urge you to keep
I feel like I should, because I could have sworn I saw something on Steam for XCOM developers.
Yeah, so they just recently came out with XCOM 2. They've been waiting for this one for quite some time. I know a buddy of mine was very, very excited for it. I am as well, but from what I've been hearing, it's pretty much the same thing all over again, except, oh, look, aliens. So, we have a couple of different continents that we can go to right away, each talking about which perks they have. North America, aircraft is
Micropros.
Micropros, okay. Alright, we were talking about we're going to go to South America. Autopsies and getting information from the aliens is going to be much, much quicker. So then we can get to production of some weapons right away.
Because
so,
the Latinos are very good at infiltrating.
Brazilian authorities have requested our help. so that's where we're going next.
Cool.
Brazil.
Picked up a local
We're gonna fight Blanca.
Did you know they're going to have the Olympics in Brazil this year?
Yes, Rio de Janeiro.
But all the athletes are getting sick right now because of the water.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
This is central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts.
Will your sister ever compete?
No, I definitely not. Don't believe we're Olympic athlete material. Okay, so we're gonna try to go ahead and get ourselves some cover with Edwards here.
I don't know, man. We've seen her swim vids.
She is a very beastly swimmer, but I think she's taking the time to recover. You know, she's had a lot of injuries, especially as of late. So she just wants those to recover.
Okay, I gotcha. Alright, so what are we doing here? Walk me through.
What we're doing right
Dibs
now.
on Dr. Violin.
Oh, you son of a bitch. So basically what we're doing right now is our objective for this mission is to sweep the area and neutralize any hostile threats. So right now we're looking for those aliens.
Arians.
They're Aryans, so I'm trying to advance as much as I can here. To be able to make sure
Majid!
Majid, we're gonna put him into a hunker down position just to kind of keep an eye on things. And Porter.
Hi, we're drinking a porter.
I'll drink my porter to you, Miss Porter.
Is that a girl?
It is Catherine.
Oh.
Catherine with an A. It's a little weird way of doing it. So we're gonna have her be dashing over this
Just
way.
wait, someone in the comments is gonna be like, my name's Catherine with an A, and I find this offensive.
I'm sorry, isn't that PC, bro? Alright, so the aliens are moving through.
Alright, so they're in the house? Or the restaurant, rather?
Yep. They're moving through this restaurant. I don't know if they can see us. So we know that guy's in Overwatch. So if I move across this window, he's going to shoot me. So Edwards, you're going to stay there. So are you, Lewis. Lewis is also in fear of that as well. So we got to keep Edwards here. It's a 35% chance to hit. I don't want to take that just yet. We're going to move over to this door and hit the button to open it. And it's still a 35% chance. Or we can throw a grenade. I don't want to do that either. We're going to take a 35% shot here. We've got a great cover. He's hitting at nothing.
Oh.
That door's gone.
Now, do you believe in the chance of aliens?
It's a big world. See, so I triggered the Overwatch. So now everyone else can move freely. I mean, it certainly is a possibility. The universe, as we know it, is very, very large. So we got 2 damage there. That's good. It's probably going to cause him to retreat. Alright, so we're going to move Miss Porter up here. Put her in Overwatch and do the same thing and get our penalty. When they move, I'm actually probably going to move... I'm going to move Neil up here.
Okay.
Because now we have that guy.
Excuse me,
But
guys.
with Neil, I might actually... I'm just going to toss this grenade in here. And we'll see. 68% chance to hit, but I can do up to 4 damage.
Throw it!
I'm going to throw the grenade.
Throw it!
That guy's kind of scary.
Throw it!
We're going to get a kill in there.
Right in his butt. Right in the butt. Oh, dude, money. Sexy.
And Dr. Valen's going to get kind of mad because she wants to be able to recover the artifacts, which is fine.
Oh, I'll recover her artifact, alright.
Alright, so we got this
Dr.
guy.
Valen's gonna get that Pezzy Pop's dick.
Alright, I can't trigger his Overwatch, and we see with this guy I have a reload option as well, but I'm going to try to take the shot right away, and we get the kill. Nice job there, Edwards.
Dude, he's decked out. They...
appear to self-destruct when the operator dies. We should look closely for any fragments that could be salvaged for our own development programs.
Okay. So we don't know where the other guys are, so I'm going to dash our way up here with Miss Porter. So by dashing, it takes 2 moves. So you see here, I've got the grid where it ends in blue, then goes to yellow, and that's the end of our range. Dashing takes 2 moves. But in this case, we're going to start spreading out and fanning out and getting a flank going. So I'm going to take Majid, put him into Overwatch. But what about you, Pezzy Pops? Do you think
What?
that we might be alone in this universe, or there are some greater things out there?
Well, I personally believe there's no chance in hell that we can be alone. I don't necessarily believe in greater powers per se. I like to rely more so on facts, personally. And what I find interesting is there are a lot of planets out there, you know, some of the smaller moons and different planets that actually have, you know, these thick ice sheets on top of it, and beneath them are oceans, which are, you know, water sustains life. So I think, if anything, there could be aliens, but they're not these kind of aliens. They're going to be like microscopic creatures and things like that. You know? Just based on like pure biology, but that's biology by, you know, what we understand it as.
Exactly.
And in this earth, like the biology elsewhere can be completely different. I have no idea. So I would like to think so.
Alright, so we're gonna put everyone in Overwatch here.
Cool. Dude, can we order like a Pepsi? Is there a guy there who's still taking orders?
There's something out there.
I no longer like where I'm sitting. Means the aliens are that way. Yep, there they are.
Oh shit. Oh, she's in a bad spot.
She is in a bad spot, but I think they took their time, and once the aliens have a weird mechanic where once they're spotted by you, they scatter.
Okay. That's kind of a helpful thing
Yeah.
to have.
Now, here's my predicament here. Do we take the shot and try to move everyone around here to be able to take the shot? Or do we take Miss Porter's grenade and launch it into the car, killing both of them, but not recovering any artifacts?
I'm more inclined to make Dr. Valen happy, because I'm trying to get with her later.
Fair
And
enough.
anything you're doing can do that might sabotage that.
Fair enough. I'm gonna then take Neil and kind of dash him around this one. And
I'm acting as like Cyclone's consigliere in this episode,
making sure I do all the right things.
because we want to get laid tonight.
Wow, 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 bow, bow. I can. Oh, that's bad. I'm sorry. All right. Now I don't like where Miss Porter is.
Although, does my argument, will that get Porter dead?
I don't. No, we can get her to live. We're just gonna have to back off and get out of line of sight here.
Okay.
So we can see 55 and 55. We'll take our 55 here. Hey, we get a 2 damage. Nice. So we're got the support of the wall. And I don't think they know that Edwards is here. So I'm going to move Edwards here to be in kind of a difficult position. They might be able to see him, but we've got some full cover. So what they're doing right now, there's that Psylink. So if I kill the back one, the other one will die. Oh, she only took 1 damage. That's good there.
Oh, by the way, Sally, how's your beer tasting as it warms up?
Oh, it is still ever so delicious. Again, it
Recall, guys, we're having the Boulder Beer Company's Shake Chocolate Porter. We stated that early in the beginning of the video, you know, that it tastes like a chocolate milkshake from McDonald's.
Uh-huh.
And we said that as the beer gets warmer, the
flavors will change.
Yeah. So I think as it gets warmer, the chocolate kind of mellows out a little bit.
Agreed.
Still a good beer, though. This is actually one of my favorites.
So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get my way to shoot that guy. And we are getting ever so closer to it. So I'm leaving these guys out in the open because we have that flanking position.
Yeah.
Take the 40% chance. Miss. It's okay. Porter's got the shot as well.
He was pissed.
100% chance to hit versus 60. I'm going to take my risk with the 60. That should, in essence, kill both because that fry is his brain there. Because they were linked, and that should be mission success.
But we don't have any artifacts.
We pick stuff up as we go along as well.
can begin researching the newly
So the goal of the mission was to get through everything and,
And get laid. Did we get laid?
sure, that's what we're doing.
Did we get her artifacts though?
I'll show her my artifact, alright. So we're flying back to
she's
base.
my artifact.
Flying back to base, we're landing in our bird, and it's going to give us a recap of what we picked up, I believe.
Okay.
Just going to tell us a little bit more about it. So story time.
You, Commander.
Commanders!
I'm Central Officer Bradford. My role in this project is twofold.
I am the champion of
Technical
Earth.
support for our field operations, and keeping you briefed on the current situation.
Keeping you brief, too.
Allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand.
No, I prefer to be boxered.
We have a soldier waiting for a promotion in the barracks. I'll let you get to it.
Thank you.
Is it Miss Porter?
Is it Dr. Valen? Oh, I'm coming.
Hold on, someone wants
That's
my
a bitchin',
promotion.
That's a
Oh,
bitchin' lab.
We got a lot of... Alright, Edwards, Porter, and Lewis got kills that time. Majid, well, unfortunately does not. So we have a couple of different classes here. We got a sniper, support, and a heavy.
The heavy weapons specialist provides a crucial service to the squad. With the rocket launcher in tow, there
He's
are
got a rocket launcher.
experts.
And boom goes the dynamite.
They look like turtles.
Yep. Hold on, we're coming. So we're gonna...
The support class provides that individual edge our squads need. They make everyone around them better.
Yep, they'll be able to do that. And snipers are great. Snipers are really strong in this.
But without sufficient training, they're vulnerable in close combat situations.
Alright, so we've got our promoted soldiers, except for Majid. He needs to think about what he's done and try better next time.
Artifacts are being unloaded, and the research team is waiting
So there,
for orders.
this is all what we picked up.
As soon as you give the order, Commander.
New research is available. We have some artifacts recovered.
Okay. So that is one mission in the books?
One mission in the books, we got started. We're getting the mechanics then and everything.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so let's talk about this beer then real quick before we...
I'm coming, Dr. Valen.
Alright, we gotta go to the research labs. Let's find out a little bit more about this. So while they're telling us about the research, how we can learn new things,
I oversee the research labs.
Dude, she's hot.
This is where all of XCOM's research and development takes place. We have already begun analyzing the artifacts recovered from our first encounter.
this is
with
still
the
very,
aliens. Based
very
on our
chocolatey, very crisp and refreshing.
I believe we can use them to develop some new equipment for our soldiers.
The aroma is still there as well.
I feel the chocolate flavor's becoming a little more bold as it's getting warm, too.
Okay.
So
Very
let's
nice.
start a new research project. So we have lots of stuff here. Understanding we need to develop the tactics.
Dude, Dr. Valen, you should put your hair down, girl.
Yeah.
She doesn't have time.
So we can cost our 4 sectoid corpses to make this biology, or our weapon fragments to develop more materials or weapons.
What does biology do again?
The biology will allow us to gain understanding of alien physiology to develop weapons and tactics to combat them. So I think that might be our best way to do that, because anything we discover, if we take any corpses or capture any live aliens, they'll get done instantaneously. This will take 8 days, though. I'm coming.
Let's do the biology. I think that's actually a crucial aspect to this mission.
Absolutely. We'll get that project cost, so we'll spend those 4 things. We can only do one project at a time.
Alright, no problem.
Now to engineering.
Commander, I was wondering when you'd be stopping by.
Ew.
To engineering. Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here.
So it goes research first, and then it goes to the lab to be built.
Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will begin fabrication.
We'll begin fabrication.
Yes. Yes, let's build some items. So medkit or the satellite costs 5 engineers to use. We only have 5 engineers for the time being.
Commander to mission control.
Oh, we're coming. Or we can just hold off and not make anything for the time being. Because it all costs money to do as well. Satellites are nice, and so are med packs, but we'll probably...
Let's hold off on this one then, and let's go to mission control.
Yep. And then we can also build facilities as well, so we have to build access lifts to go lower. Steam will build certain things as well, and we can build on it as well. And each costs things to excavate, it costs money, and to build things, it costs money as well.
Okay.
Commander to mission control.
I'm working on it.
Commander to mission control.
To mission control.
Cool.
Alright, so it's probably telling us to scan for activity. So when we scan for activity, the days are going to go by. So we'll see the countdown for our xenobiology come down and the council report from those in charge of XCOM. It won't let me go to the situation room just yet, because that'll show that as well. The XCOM project and everything. So, final thoughts of this beer.
8 out of 10 would drink again.
8 out of 10 would drink again, huh?
It's really enjoyable. It's a bloody shame that the Stout and Porter season's coming to an end here, but that makes room for some IPAs.
IPA season's coming up, so we're going to be seeing a lot of that, and having a lot of breweries around us in the Chicagoland area could provide some even more opportunities for us as well. I will share your rating of that 8 out of 10 and would drink this again and again and again and again and again.
Definitely. And also, guys, when we go back and review this video, I'll leave a link to the description for Boulder Beer Company in the description there. You guys can check them out. We'll leave a link to our channel, personal channels as well. Siler's got his own. I've got my own. We do some gaming, but for this one, we do brews and games.
Strictly brews and games. And if you guys have any suggestions for names for these characters as well, feel free to leave them in the comments below as well. We certainly could appreciate the names because we can customize them as well to fit those names as well. And if you like this video, hit the like button there. We do appreciate the support as well. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of these fantastic brews and more good times had all around. So cheers to you, Pezzy Pops.
Cheers,
and we'll see you guys next time with a new brew. Thanks
Bye,
very much
guys.
for stopping by.
Hugs and kisses.